And hello, here we are again. I'm here, and as you can see, the poorly pussycat, which means it's Dave's in the house as well.
Meow.
So, hope everyone is okay. Hello, Matt. How are you? Hope you're well. I know I've spoken to you 2 or 3 times today already. Busy week again. Hi, Zeb.
Evening, Zeb. Evening,
Good
Matt.
evening. Been a busy week again. The most people have watched this week, I think. Do you reckon so, Dave? That's the most we've had in 1 week's views. Good evening, Richard.
Over 1,000, yes.
3,697 views in the last 7 days.
You've had over 1,000 in the last 48 hours.
Wow.
Evening,
so
Richard.
30 new subscribers. So if you're new, welcome to the Madhouse. What you've been watching? Well, Richard will be pleased to know that our coronation special came in number 3 this week with 232. What a good show that was. Last week's live stream, 260 views. But because I hosted Rachel's Ghost last Saturday, 583. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for you guys from my channel coming supporting me on the thing. Good evening, good afternoon, Mick. Hope you're well. In the last 28 days, 11,726 views. Thank you very much. 93 subs. Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. Top 3, we've got live stream from the 27th of April, last week's 260. Live stream from the 20th, 271, but Rachel's Ghost on RTO, 583. We'll look at the lifetimes. 160,200. Hang on, shall I start again? 160,622 views. I'm so humble. Good evening, Stephen. And we're now up to 918 subscribers. We are very close to the 1,000. No change in the order. Jeff Rotel 3744, Derek Williggs, Maiden 3894. Unquo is now 6609. I don't think nothing will ever catch that.
Nice one, Matt.
Oh, that's excellent, Matt. Excellent stuff. See, doing little shorts, it does work.
Evening, Stephen.
Last week's battle of the debuts was a landslide victory.
the biggest one-sided.
24-5. I think today's could be a landslide as well, because we've got the Kinks live at Kelvin Hall against a tough one live at Leeds, the Who. Okay, you got your first one for the laundry list from Stephen, Dave.
Oh, cruggy.
So while Dave's doing that, okay. I have been listening to more this week. I'm in Dave's good books. Beavis Frond, I'm up to 9 now, so I've listened to a few there. Super Furry Animals, we're getting through them. 9 of the 7 of the 9. IQ, 9 of 12. Done some Molly Hatchet this week. 3 albums, which have been pretty cool. The Blue Tones, 3 of 7. Ozzy Osbourne, 8 of 13. The Lightning Seeds, 3 of 8. Sabaton, 5 of 10. Morrissey, 3 of 13. And I've listened to all the Prodigy, Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Bachman-Turner Overdrive. So that's my bit done for now.
Right.
So we now go over to the sad bit of the evening, which is Dave's roundup of musicians, artists that have sadly left us this week.
Okay, so we start last week, 27th. We lost a gentleman who was aged 90 by the name of Willie Harris. He was a 1950s rock and roll singer. The 28th of April, we lost Helge Engelke. Now, my apologies to any Germans if I've pronounced that wrong. He was age 61. He was a guitarist with Fair Warning. We also lost, at the age of 71, Johnny Fean. He was a guitarist with Horslips and Zen Alligators. And a big name that we've just literally just completed doing the studio albums. Tim Bachman of Bachman-Turner Overdrive died on the 28th. The 30th, we lost Broderick Smith, 75. He's an Australian musician born in the UK. He played with Carson and the Dingoes. The 1st of May, a big name that we've already mentioned, Gordon Lightfoot, aged 84, Canadian Hall of Fame singer-songwriter, famous for Sundown, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and If You Could Read My Mind. And then yesterday, we sadly lost Linda Lewis at the age of 72, an English singer-songwriter. She was famous for a song called Rock-a-Doodle-Doo, but she had a 5-octave vocal range, and she provided backing vocals for David Bowie on Aladdin Sane, Rod Stewart, Cat Stevens, Joan Armatrading, and Jamiroquai. So that's all that we are aware of that have passed this week. Up to today, we haven't seen anybody new. That's the end of the sad stuff. Now it's time for Iain to give us what's coming up next week, and it's on screen.
Okay, here we go for next week. And on Monday, we're going to start off with a little bit of a tribute because the guitarist from the Script has sadly passed. So we've bunged in the Script albums, which was a viewer's request anyway. So I thought we'd do the Script. Classic album. During the month of May, I'm going to pick, because we've got 5 Mondays, I'm going to pick a classic album from all the decades. And we've started with this week with James Brown. So we're in the second month, the 60s. And I'm going to go with music from the Big Pink, from the band. One of the most arty covers in the world. And it's a great album. So we're going to have a look at that. Tuesday, got part 2 of the Bill Wyman story. And you said, where's part 1? That's tomorrow. So we're going to look at Bill Wyman's solo albums. Then Retro Ranking, part 2 of the 3-parter. This week we looked at the Deuce Points. Next week it's the Nil Point. And I'm sort of going to compare them to the winners and see, did they justify getting their Nil Point? Then on Wednesday, Marathon Day. A request actually from one of my friends. She is a big fan of this band, and they're called Mostly Autumn. Now, if you never heard of them, and you like Renaissance, you will like Mostly Autumn. They are a great band. Then Thursday, we got another live album debut, and we're going to do a bit of Southern rock. We're going to go the Allman Brothers Band live at Fillmore East. And Lynyrd Skynyrd's One More From the Road. Pick and Mix next week is the mixing it up. So we've got a record producer. And as you can see on screen, we've got Mr. Terry Brown. Everyone knows him for doing some Rush albums, but he did far more than that. And you will discover who he's actually done. Come to Friday. Live album ranking, a bit of shock rock from the brilliant Alice Cooper, who does not just give you a concert, he gives you a show. Brilliant stuff. And we've got a new album review, and it's Hawkwind's new album, which has come out last week, The Future Never Waits, and I was really surprised. But that's not all. We've got something very special on Sunday the 14th. It's RTO's birthday. We are 2 years old. So I've got 2 special things happening that day. I've gone through all the videos that I've put out, and I've gone a top 20 from the years we've been on air. And then a special 2nd anniversary live stream at 7 p.m. on Sunday evening. Bring a beer. And if you're watching in America, you want to be at 11 a.m. so you can have a cuppa, a coffee, and 2 p.m. Eastern, you might get away with a beer. So you'll hear more about that leading up to it, and I'll let you know what's going to be happening. But there we go.
Right, and there we go. Back to thee and me.
Okay, I'm getting good at this, I think.
Evening,
Right.
Ivan.
Good evening, everybody. Right, let's get
Ralph.
some folks up. Let's get the thing going. And get talking about music.
Let's see.
Here we
Stephen,
go.
I presume that's TANF, formed in New York in 2017. 2 albums, In Another Time and Voyage. I think that's the band you're talking about.
So there we go. I have put up the link to come in. Don't forget, if you're right, to turn your YouTube down, or we get terrible echo. Or like mine on Rachel's on. I don't know what happened, but there was such a blip in the system, and I went echoey, but I went offline and all sorts. Right, my first guest is my old stalwart from Northern Ireland, the man that's got 3 shows in the top 20 videos of all time on RTO, which is an incredible feat, Mr. Richard McCook.
Evening, Richard.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, lads. How you all doing?
Tickety boo.
Staying vertical, staying alive.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I can't believe 232 for the coronation, Richard. Video.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Because individual songs that we do don't seem to do quite as well as the albums. So I'm more than happy with that. And I thoroughly enjoyed doing it as well.
Yeah, I think it was one of the best.
Yeah. Especially whenever I had Smart Arse #1.
Yeah, I've come up with I think I've come up with a good one to do. I don't know if you've done anything like this. Our favourite bands that have released singles but were never on albums.
Oh, Stan, I did one with Rob Walker and that.
Oh, so we can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You can still do it, like. But it's going to be more or less the same as myself and Rob did a video about a month and a half ago on standalone singles.
Okay.
Afternoon, Flaming Groove.
Hi there. Nice to see you in. Yeah, okay. I'll have to come up with another one then.
I'll have a think as well.
Yeah. Oh, no. Your video, your 10 questions, there were some really good questions.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get them. Rob Walker asked me, it must have been about a month ago, was I doing this again? And I said no, basically because I couldn't think of any questions. But I was running out of other ideas, so I racked my brain, and it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to even come up with those 10. And I thought, right, that's it. This will be the last one. But you never know. I might do one, because anyone that says this is the final time I'm doing this on YouTube will inevitably come back. So you don't know. I might do it next year. If I,
Nice to see Helge making a contribution, wasn't it?
Well, Simon asked me, did he want a response by himself or from Elmet? So I said, no, Elmet every time. That's not disparaging about Simon, but I just think that character is so funny. I absolutely love that character. And so I was delighted.
His responses were great. It tickled me.
I know. I laugh. I must have watched that video about 5 or 6 times because it just makes me laugh so much. It's only about 7 minutes long. So, but every answer I had to laugh.
Yeah. Talking of Helmet, ta-da!
There's the man himself.
The man of the moment.
Every time I hear "Do the Helicopter" now, I will laugh my head off.
Simon, that was absolutely. I was rolling around watching that.
Oh, good! I'm pleased to hear it. I'm pleased.
Oh,
it was a few laughs.
Your beer drinking was hilarious.
Well, he's an animal, isn't he? So
he absolutely is. It's a good job you're not like that, isn't it? Your alter ego.
Yes.
I mean, Vincent Furnier has got Alice Cooper as his alter ego, hasn't he? So, yeah, that was a great. There were some great questions there.
Yeah.
It's fun to do.
It was a good one, Richard.
That's why the first question, are you struggling for ideas? And I am struggling for ideas. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it.
No, it's usually, I mean, I don't, as I said, I don't struggle with ideas. I struggle sometimes when it comes to Battle of the Debuts. So, well, I know we're doing themes. So anyone in the Rankers Gallery, if you've got some ideas to do a variation on the Battle of the Debuts, get them in, because I prefer to do things that you guys want and what I'm coming up with. I'm more of these that I'm here for your ideas and I just produce the goods. So, I'd like some more ideas.
Yeah.
Alter egos.
Alter egos.
Of those 10 questions, I did, one of them was a loaded question, intentionally. And it's not the one about what you think of other people's channels. It was actually the second question. And the only one that really caught on to it was Helmut, because he got it spot on, which is what I thought about whenever I made that question about paying for subs. And then at the very end, Helmut pushing for 100. And that was the loaded question, but nobody caught on to it, apart from Helmut.
No. Obviously, a lot of what he said is untrue, but that particular bit I did happen to agree with, you know. We do tend to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just what it is.
Fair play as well. If they want to do it, go for it. You know,
I am listening to you guys, but people are throwing in some ideas for debuts, so I'm going to write these down as I go along because I'll forget.
Will you be doing another 10 questions soon?
I said no, but like anybody, I'm a human being. And if you ever say, oh, this is it, this is no longer, not doing it anymore, the chances are you probably will. So, but if I do, it'll be next year. But I honestly can't see it.
No.
Because I've already asked 30 questions, and those last 10 were hell to get. It's very difficult to think. It's a little bit like the vinyl tag as well. Like, you don't want to be repeating the questions all the time. Now, Rob has done 2 vinyl tags. I know he's going to struggle getting 20 questions that are completely different to any other vinyl tag. But he'll get there, but he'll struggle. It'll take a while. But,
it's like when I'm going to do another competition. I was thinking, do I do it before 1,000 or wait until 1,000? And I've decided I'm going to wait till once I get to 1,000, I'll do it as a celebration, because it's more of a celebration than me going, please let me get to 1,000.
I don't know who started this push to X amount of subs. I can't remember who was the first video. I know that I've done 2 contests in my over 4 years. One was to celebrate 500, and the next one, it wasn't 1,000. It was something. I was to celebrate 3 years doing videos, and even whenever I threw on the contest, I felt, is this the right thing to do? Because I always feel as if I'm asking for subs myself. Now, I know you did one yourself, Simon, which I really enjoyed, the Travelling Wilburys one. I think you've done more since that, or at least one since that.
I may have done.
No, I thought, I mean, I know that you sort of said, you know, do a contest, let me introduce yourself to the vinyl community. And that went well better than what I thought, to be quite honest. It really caught on. And Dave looked at the thing, it's one of my most watched videos of this year. And I thought, well, I want to do another one, but I want to do it, as I said, you know, as a celebration. I thought about, do I do it for 2 years on the channel? It's a bit too quick. So that's why I've decided to wait till...
I think you're better with it. I just think, you know, sometimes the contests come thick and fast. And to me, if you are going to do contests, this is just for my channel, I wouldn't do more than 1 a year.
Yeah, I quite agree with what Vinyl Scavenger said. It subs mean nothing. It's more about the interacting.
I agree.
Yeah,
unless you want them to be monetized. Subs only matter if you want to be monetized.
Yeah, but it's the views that give you the money. The subs
Yeah.
will allow you to be monetized, but I think you have to hit so many views in a month or something for you even if you're monetized to start receiving money?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. How many thousands?
There's a limit that you have to reach in monetary terms before they will actually pay you.
Yeah.
I think in the US, I think it's $100 you have to reach before you actually get a check.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. But how many views do you have to reach before you get that $100? And also,
that's over the month. It's the number of ads that are viewed or clicked on.
right.
It's all to do with that in the 1 month. And if you accumulate $100, then you'll get a check or you'll get a payment. But if you don't reach the $100, it just sits there. You don't get paid.
Right. And then does it start off from zero the next month? Or does it carry on?
I'm not sure. I couldn't find that information. It wasn't readily available, but I would suspect from the way it was being put out that it rolls around over each month. I don't think it carries over. I think it's a monthly thing.
And another thing about the ads, you have a better chance of getting money if the ads are completely watched. Now, like anybody else, I'm waiting 5 seconds for the skip ad, the click skip ad.
Yeah.
I know that there's obviously an option for that because some of the bigger channels, you have no option to skip the ads and they put 2 on at one time. So you get a 20-second ad and then another 20-second ad. I know it's only 40 seconds of your life, but it feels like a bloody eternity for those 2 ads.
Especially if you're watching it must be frustrating. I mean, I know when I've watched people's rankings and coming in at, and they always do it when it's the #1 album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bugger.
Well, it depends on the length of the video. You'll usually get an ad at possibly 2 at the start. If your video is long enough, you'll get an ad in the middle, and then you get an ad at the end.
Yeah, but do you not get a chance if you're monetized to choose those ads? Like my channel is not monetized, and I still get ads on my videos.
I got a feeling that there's certain cues which set these ads off, you know, because like Iain said about, you know, when it's about to release his #1, the ad comes in. So it seems like it is a little bit kind of on purpose at certain moments, you know, in videos.
Yeah, but then again, I see I tune into someone, sit and watch a video that they're doing, and the ads are nothing to do with what that person is streaming about or what the video is about.
So I just weird cool ads that are relevant.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to choose people that are going to, things that are totally irrelevant. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to click because give me a like because I'm not like that. But if you want to, feel free. How's that for subtleness?
Subtle as a baseball bat.
I could do what someone says. I'm not saying who they are because they may be watching, but put on their little ads. Please subscribe. Please. Please.
Yeah.
All I'll say is subscribe to Elmet's channel. Now, everyone, subscribe to Elmet.
Elmet is a legend.
You know, if I was a judge, I would let that man away with everything. So, apart from where he would go.
I just hope next Sunday on the birthday anniversary, we might get a visit from Helge, Richard. Do you reckon?
I think it would be good.
It would be fantastic if Helge came into the birthday stream.
You'd probably have the channel shut down.
You might regret that decision, Iain.
I'll keep it within the rules, but
that's not really a thing, is it?
I knew Elmet would mention a shortened version of the name Richard, and he did right at the start. Here's
Yeah, I think I did that one time before, didn't I? On a video where I called you Dickie, I think, didn't I? Tom Petty. You remember that, Richard?
I do actually. Are you still a big Tom Petty fan?
Yeah, massive fan of Tom Petty. Yeah.
I was looking at some of the vinyl because some of the later ones I don't have in vinyl. For example, Echo and The Last DJ, which maybe aren't the best. Well, Echo's not a bad album. But
Echo's pretty good, actually.
yeah, The Last DJ is a bit dodgy, but they're about
Yeah.
£35, £39 each.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I bought them about 3 years ago, and they're a little bit cheaper than that. I thought I'd buy them now before they go up in value. So,
dreadful. I keep looking to see if they've gone down. You know the way Amazon will sometimes drop the price,
yeah,
for a couple of days, but no, they're still in the high 30s. And eBay is exactly the same. Sometimes they're over 40 on eBay. So
yeah,
I'll do with the CD, I suppose.
yeah.
But
CD's good enough, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So if you've just come in, welcome to the live stream. The live stream that is free of politics. It is a politics-free zone on this live stream.
Vote for
So,
Helge.
we talk about politics now.
No, I'm just talking about yesterday. But today we had because Rachel's Did you hear this? Hear about what happened to Rachel? She's having renovation work, and the builder cut through her internet connection.
Oh dear.
So she didn't do a live stream, but Mazzy took over today, as you know, and it went really well. It was a good stream. And the records were flying out the corners. Everyone was throwing records in the show. Even I showed
I watched a bit of it.
Yeah, I showed this today. Can you make me big, please, Dave?
Where are you? There he is. Boom. There you go.
I don't think no one, if you've heard of these, you're doing well. This was a band that used to play around in Northampton back in the 80s, and they had an album out, and they signed it. They're from Leicester. They're a blues band. There they are. And that's the tracks that's on it. If you can see some of their own.
Blues, Roadrunner, Caledonia River, Willie in the Band Jive, Lonesome, Rocket 3, Rev It Up and Let It Rear, I Had a Woman, Yonder's Wall, Yonder's Wall, Everything Gonna Be All Right, Who Do You Love?
Yeah, Rocket 3 is about a BSA that he'd got. This is on the Mooncrest label. Now, for those aficionados know about the Mooncrest, Nazareth were on the Mooncrest. So I'll put it up the right way around.
Yeah. Little, there you go.
Yeah. And it's a very thick LP. Look how thick that is.
Cool, Benny, you could slice bread with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many they sold, but I bet it's worth tuppence. I think I paid £5 for that back in 1985. Oh, Dave's teaser. Here we go.
There you go. Yeah. First Grammy Awards were held in 1959. Who won Best Male and who won Best Female?
Put your answers in the comments, or our wonderful panel. They are thinking.
Frank Sinatra for Best Male.
He was nominated, didn't win.
Dean Martin.
Nope.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Nope. Smoother than that.
Hey, Williams.
Nope.
Perry Como.
Yes.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Oh.
Perry Como and Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, nice one, Simon. How did you? Was that just a bit of inspiration there?
Mm.
No, he's Googling it in the background.
Googling it.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm just going to respond to Vinyl Scrubber. No, that is a very good pressing, and the sound is absolutely brilliant on that. I might actually put it up as a short next week, so you can all have a listen.
What was that band we used to go down and listen to with PK?
Snow Patrol?
No. No, with PK.
God.
It was the new. They were a new group, and they usually played pubs. Not so much pubs, more sort of the local nightclub scene. It wasn't Snow Patrol, but it was something like Patrol.
Yeah, very similar sort of music to Snow Patrol, weren't they?
Yeah. Yes, but they really got the place rocking and rolling. They were a good group. Oh,
That was one of his legendary on a Sunday night. Let's go and watch some music and have a glass of beer.
Yes, which turned into several glasses of beer and what music?
Yeah, a glass of beer to our good old friend PK was more like a bucket full of beer.
But a bucket of cider. Bucket of cider for PK. No, not Paw Patrol.
Talking of Nick, poor old Nick's not been very well. I hope you're feeling a lot better now, Nick, and it's lovely to see you in.
Soul Patrol.
Soul Patrol. Yeah, I knew it had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You were close with Snow Soul.
Yeah, they were pretty good, they were. Well, let's throw up the thing if anyone else wants to pop in and say hello. I'm waiting. Where's the star of the show? Where is he?
Where's the legend in his own lifetime?
Yeah. I give him a blooming plug, give him his own plug on the thing, and he doesn't turn up.
He's got his own hashtag and all.
He's got his own hashtag this week.
He's looking for an album to test us.
Probably. Well, you'll probably get them all right, Richard.
It depends what decade. If it's the 90s.
No, Ralph.
Simon.
It was Perry Como.
Yeah, anything beyond the 80s.
I do nothing.
Okay, I've got some of my 12-inch singles down here. I'm just going to rumble and pull one out and see what everyone says. Anything can come out of here.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, that's a good one to come out first, isn't it?
Shaker Foundations.
And on the B side is a 13-minute version of Jailbreak.
Oh, crikey.
Off the Fly on the Wall album. When Angus had really long hair.
I picked up an AC/DC album today.
What did you pick up?
I'll show you.
What?
Not even opened it yet. Still in its bubble wrap from opening it.
Oh, it'll make you big for this, Simon, if you're unveiling.
Well, this might be a bit of a struggle to open, so do my best. It's their first album. Well, I think it's their first, but it's got like a different cover than the usual front.
Yeah,
cover.
that I think that's the international version of that album. There is the Australian, which has got different tracks on. Right. But yeah, that's the first international
variation. I just thought it was quite, unique and a bit.
Yeah,
bit
there's
rare.
I think there's 3 covers of that. There's the one with Angus looking up at
the back of
from
it.
down below. Yeah, I think that's the international version. Yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah. Sorry, the vinyl.
Let's see what else we got in here. I just hope. Yeah, great album.
Yeah.
Oh. A bit of
not his best.
Not his best, but yeah. I mean, look at the back cover of that. That's we got someone else coming up.
The voice not.
And
he's connecting.
I'm going to welcome for the first time on mine, Vinyl Scavenger. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing,
Good
Martin?
evening and welcome.
All right.
Your first
Turn your
visit.
YouTube-
I'm okay. Thank you for having me. Because when I went on Rachel's live stream, it kept cutting out. So
Yeah.
Turn your YouTube on.
hello.
There's a big echo somewhere.
There's an echo coming there. Is it at your end?
Can you hear me?
Martin? I can hear you, but there's a bit of echo.
Do I need headphones or something?
Just
No,
turn
if you've got
speakers on.
YouTube
Turn your
and
speakers
StreamYard open, mute YouTube.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't think.
No, it's gone now.
Go on now.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes. Yeah. Was you there yesterday, Martin? Yesterday's live stream or today's?
No, it was last week, and when I went on, it was just. Can you hear me? Okay, it was just like the internet kept going. So I pay a lot of money. I don't want to get political, but my internet provider, I don't know what's going on with it. You know, it's not great. So can you hear me? Okay now.
Yes, that's great. So did you hear what happened to Rachel? She didn't live stream today because she's moved. They did the renovation bloke cut her internet line by mistake. So Matty took over.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Ian, you are the one
No.
that's going.
Am I the one making the noise? I've got nothing.
There's a ghost in the house.
Your
See, I've got
picture
the house open.
on my end, Ian.
I've got nothing open. This happened last week on Rachel's when I did studying for Rachel. I've got nothing else open except StreamYard.
Weird.
I can hear myself. It's weird. Right, I'm going to come out. You talk and I'll come back in because that's what cured it last time. So I'll see you in a minute.
Talk amongst
Do we talk amongst
yourselves.
ourselves? Oh. So we've got 2 Arsenal supporters and 1 Tottenham supporter here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stay out of football.
That's still echoing, so it is.
Right.
What do
let
you
me
think
just-
the chances are at the moment? Are you confident at all or not?
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not me because I just muted my mic and I could hear an echo.
They got 2 games in hand, haven't they? Man City.
Okay.
I
Give
think
it a
they've only
go.
got one
If it's-
hand, but they're.
If it's me, I'll go.
Is everything switched off apart from StreamYard in yours, Martin? Is your
Yeah.
YouTube everything?
There you go, Ian. You're back in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. We're going to have to sort that out.
Yeah, there's still an echo.
Can't see how you can. How can
No,
you sort
I
it out?
can't because I've got nothing else open.
And it wasn't you because the echo was still happening while you were away.
It's not as bad as it was last time, anyway. So just ignore it.
Maybe it's me. No.
No, can't hear
No.
anything.
It's these
Hello?
Arsenal fans.
Who's just had a door open?
Anyway, Nick's been getting reissues of Madness. Which one did you get, Nick? Apparently, this is the new. They're saying it's you, Martin, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
No, you just had a drink then, Ian, and then you were talking at the same time, like you're. Britain's Got Talent, I think Beckham's. Yeah, do it again. Oh dear.
Yeah.
You know, actually,
I don't
when
know
I was
where-
doing
I
this
don't know where
hot
he
air
is,
local radio,
Chance.
the same thing happened.
There's a
I
bit of
don't
lag
know
going
where
on
he
there,
is.
isn't there? It's a bit of lag.
I don't know where Rob Walker is. Nice to see you here, Chance. Anyway, absolutely brilliant to see you here.
I'm going to come out and see if anything changes.
Okay.
I doubt it will.
Is there any more? Apparently, they're still saying it's you, Martin.
Is it me?
Yeah, have you got your volume of your YouTube up?
Me?
Yeah.
There we go. No change.
Hang on, Martin's just checking.
Yeah. Is that any better? Any better?
I can't hear myself.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Well, if it's me, I'll just go.
Go into your YouTube. You know where it's got the thing. Just click it, make it get a cross between on it. See if that helps.
No, mute YouTube.
So not the you mean not the StreamYard? Well, I closed the YouTube bit now.
Oh, right, and then it can't be that then.
No. So there you go. The man of reason says sounds better. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to dive in again. The random box.
I'll just watch. Oh, matron.
Bit of Gary Moore.
Oh,
Ready for Love off the War album. 12-inch single. Some great pictures. You notice who our little drummer is? I think that's Mr. Cozy Powell. Good album. On the back, you get the Loner on Wild Frontier live. Good evening, Pulsar.
Evening, Pulsar.
We're just going through my 12 inches. Oh, here's a rare one.
Oh my God.
Yes, Honeymoon Suite. Now, they did the theme title for the first Lethal Weapon film.
I thought we'd forgotten about them.
Yes. I went to see them. Well, I saw them because they supported status quo. This this album was produced by Bruce Fairbairn. That's enough of my rubbish. Have you brought anything?
the only Gary Moore sorry.
Yeah.
The only Gary Moore album I know is a good one. It's Still Got the Blues. It was about 1990, was it, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I sort of like that because that's my mum's cousin who was in Blodwyn Pig plays on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a roundabout. That's That's going to be your. Oh, that's going to second. That's your second cousin once removed. I think.
Something like that. Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
it's
Well, distant
weird.
relative. Then that's starting to sound like Rachel with the old, you know.
Yeah, she seems
hereditary.
to be, yeah. Yeah,
Well, he's
Rachel
heard
seems
of
to be
Blogging Pig.
related to everybody.
Yeah, well, we all are, aren't we? Sort of.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Talking of legends and hereditaries
in his own lifetime.
in his lifetime. Good evening, Rob.
Evening, Rob.
Hi, how are you doing?
Welcome to the non-political live stream.
Yeah.
Glad to see you're fulfilling your contractual obligations.
Richard, you've got my every sympathy.
Why?
It's been an absolute shambles, hasn't it?
Well,
right.
We'll put it this way: this echo was Chinese torture for me, sort of.
Yeah. So that's Martin, isn't it? I think he needs to go.
Yeah.
I've got to go because someone needs to go.
Oh
Good
dear.
to see you, Martin. Anyway, I need to.
Yeah. Look,
down.
You've been here, haven't you? So you helped set this up a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, I won't go that far, but it looks like
Well,
you're getting your room together, aren't you?
a little bit. Yeah, you can sort of see around there. Look, deck stuff.
Yeah.
Computer. Yeah, it's sort of getting there a little bit.
It's a nice place that you've got there, though, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah.
Have you settled
That's
in?
right. You know. It was November you came, wasn't it? Or you popped by? Was it November? Yeah, we just
might be the end of November,
yeah.
Evening, Christopher.
So, Martin, you've not done this 10 questions farce, have you?
No, can I do them now? Then I'll give you some quick answers.
Oh, we could go, Richard. How the hell have you? I mean, I've watched nearly every one of these videos, and apart from Harris Pilton's penis not being big enough, it's been the biggest anticlimax ever, hasn't it?
A lot of the answers are very similar.
Yeah.
A young boy, I can't remember his name now, did the whole three of them today.
Who's that?
Oh God, I can't remember his name. He's often on Young Adam's live stream, and he did. And he did American Fella, and it was very good. He did the three of them, nearly half an hour long. But as I was saying, the highlight is the man in the corner. It's Helmets. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, I didn't get through that one.
Oh. I think I've watched it
Quite
6
boring,
times.
really.
Yeah, it's a bit boring.
Yeah, it was terrible. Mine was.
It can't. Come on, Simon. It can't be any worse than that last video you did.
No. That's pretty awful.
Have you kept that up?
Yes.
Have you
I
kept
have,
it
yeah.
up there?
Yeah.
When are you going to delete that then?
I wasn't intending to.
No, it's another one of those Simon's Thoughts videos.
Yeah, Rob, did you hear what happened to poor old Rachel today?
You know what? I don't care what's happening to her.
Someone cut her cord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to speak, as it were. Not in the biblical sense, but yeah.
So Mazzy did it today, and there were lots of records being shown, and it was pretty good today.
He's nearly as bad as you were, Ian. He can't stay off these live streams, can he?
Well, I wasn't going to go on today, but when we found out that Mazzy was on his own, I thought I'd go and give him support because he came last week. I don't know what Rocky's up to. What do you want now?
I think Mazzy's best off on his own. Do you, Martin?
On his own?
Yeah.
I don't know. He does seem a little bit of a loner figure at times, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah, but I can't watch all his videos. I dabble, but you know, just the
Yeah,
odd
I mean,
line occasionally. But
yeah, I did
yeah,
say, didn't I, that his channel would be better off if it was a short. And people think I'm joking about that, but I'm deadly serious. If Mazzy could compress his video into 1 minute, that'd be superb, wouldn't it?
Anyway, Rob, have you got an album for us today?
Yeah, but we can't have Richard. Richard has to give everyone 10 seconds. Or else, because Richard just runs off, doesn't he?
Okay, I'll stay out of it. If nobody can answer and I can, I'll answer it then.
I think you'll get a lot of these, Richard, because it's about 78, 77.
I don't know. Well, maybe.
I think you'll get right. So this is the album in question.
Let's make your bid. Oh,
Disco Stars.
Yes.
God.
So this is a bit of a blast from the past. But you're not allowed. I'm watching all these videos about 10 things. I've noticed that a lot of people don't like you talking behind album covers, so we're not allowed to do that. So, right, okay, so the first track is the Star Wars theme.
I should know this because I featured it on someone's birthday top 10 and I can't remember.
Is it by Mecco?
Yeah, well done.
Oh, nice one, Martin.
Right. This is dead frustrating for Richard now because he'll be like, what to say. Right. These guys have had a release on Record Store Day, but only a couple of people I saw that bought it. A number one from, I think it's 78, Uptown Top Ranking.
Oh, I know who it is. Dale Gatefold 33 showed it, didn't it? It's Somebody and Somebody.
Yeah, that's the one.
Athena?
No.
Yeah.
A&D.
No?
A&D.
Yeah. Go on, Richard. Give us a...
Alicia and Donna.
Yeah, well done, yeah.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
a great song.
Right, this next one, to me, it's an absolute classic, and it's called Put Your Love in Me.
Oh,
No sex.
no sex.
Put your love in me.
Come on, is Simon muted?
No.
All right, sorry.
He's checking on the internet. God, you've got me stumped. Do you know, Richard?
No idea.
Don't you know that one?
No, I'm not big on disco.
Well, it's not really disco. It's the name of a drink.
Which one are we at?
Number
Sorry,
3,
I've been off doing
Don't
other
Love in Me. It's a drink.
It's not Evelyn Champagne
no.
Singers.
No, come on. Think
Zeb
dark
says
stuff.
Donna Summer.
That's
No.
not a drink. Not in Oldham, anyway.
Oh no. Pina Colada.
Hot chocolate.
Slow
Hot
Screw
chocolate,
on the
who said
beach.
that, Dave?
Oh, hot chocolate.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, this is me talking about Michael 45. Love of my life. Who's that?
Yeah.
It could have been a
Oh,
TV program, but it wasn't.
Sweet chocolate.
Who?
Oh, Nick. Watney's Pale Ale. Coming out
David
here.
Essex or something?
No. Love of, it was sort of a family group from, obviously, 78.
Yeah.
Partridge Family.
No. Think more like the
It
Waltons.
rhymes with Ghoulies.
The Dooley.
Yeah.
The Doolittle.
Here's a good one. A little bit obscure. From Here to Eternity.
Oh, I know that one.
Famous producer.
Yes.
What, Giorgio Moroder.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Good one.
Oh, nice one.
I want to see Simon dance.
Beach Boys?
Chic.
Well, yeah, we did do it, but no, not this particular one.
No.
Who said chic?
Yeah,
I said chic.
this is one that Richard will get immediately. So I think a lot of other people might get it as well. Dancing Party.
Shawari.
Needles and Pins.
Smokey.
Is Richard's not doing the 10-second rule.
Oh, sorry.
Getting excited. Daddy Cool.
Pub game.
Only M.
Only M, yeah.
Did it
Dark.
do
Dark.
it? No, it's not the version that's on
No,
here.
Ian said it.
Darts. Darts.
Yeah, that's yeah. Mary the Fourth Form.
Am I allowed to answer?
It's
No.
a Dublin band.
Bugger.
Richard and I know who it is.
Give us your fucking money.
Don't you know this, Ian?
The Boomtown Rats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
On a
What
disco
about-
album.
Yeah.
Let's have a quiet night in.
Oh, no idea.
Alan Static Traveller.
Yeah.
No, more often than not, seen bouncing his backside off a red car.
Yeah, good one, Dave. Yeah. David Soul.
Yeah.
Here's one. I don't think anyone's going to get this. From New York to LA.
Yes, because I actually was listening to that earlier today.
Go on then.
Patsy Gallant.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it, really. Apart from it must have been reissued. Virginia Plain.
Roxy Music.
Yeah. So that's this week's compilation.
Oh,
Disco
next
Star.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If I see a copy of that, I'm going to pick it up now.
This one for Richard. You know when we did our very first video together, the Mike Chapman, Mickey Kid, some woman came on and said in about 5,000 words that you know when we said about Dynamite was offered for sweet. Apparently it wasn't.
Well, a lot of people say it actually was.
Yeah, and apparently, about smoking, about Chris Norman, she says that my teacher told lies. He was an only child. Because she was in the fan club, she knew.
Wow.
Can I ask Richard something?
If you have to.
Richard, how many people on them questions made an absolute dog's dinner of the question about shorts?
I don't know, because there was two different sides for the short. Some were really into it, saying it's the future, and some says they can't stand it. But that wasn't the question.
They were all. How many people were trying to make a joke about?
Sorry about wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen about 30 videos, and about 20 of them are wearing shorts.
I know. It's not funny anyway, but they keep doing it.
That's like whenever
Here's a good question.
Well,
This is a good question then, related to not quite shorts, but have you ever done has anybody ever done a vinyl video with no trousers on, or even in the buff? Downstairs, I mean.
well, I asked that question in the very first lot.
Oh, did
yes,
you?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
And I know two other people that have, because the camera was rolling and they didn't edit, and they got up to get something, and all you could see was their briefs and these hairy legs.
Oh, right.
Both in the UK.
I know Deese did on I don't know whose stream it was on, but he got up, he got no trousers on.
I think it was.
He did a stream where he's in bed and he spent the whole stream sleeping, and he got up, didn't he?
Yeah, poor old Deesos. He's a very troubled mind at the moment, and I just wish him well. Get in a state of mind. He's not in a good place at the moment.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure everyone
It'd help if you didn't go on Rachel's stream. That's the last place you want to go, isn't it? Really.
Oh, I
Who's
lost
that?
my Dees, the guy from Tel Aviv.
I don't know.
He just watches. He's very knowledgeable about watches.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he
I can
doesn't
see
have
that.
a channel, Martin. He's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, yesterday's live stream got a little bit too much.
So what's going on with your channel, Martin?
Am I not doing what I should be doing according to the rule book?
Oh,
I don't really do many videos.
Eh?
Huh? I don't do enough responses to things, and I did the 20 questions
Yeah.
linking from, but then I found out James Griffiths probably did it about 4 years ago,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Yeah.
then somebody just do it. Who just did it the other day? The guy in America with a shop with a beard. That narrows it down, doesn't it, to 20?
The person who started doing it.
Yeah.
I was losing
Dylan.
the will to live, me, when that.
Dylan at Noble Records.
Thank you. That's
Oh,
who
that's
did
him,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I just did it because somebody else did it, and I thought, that's a bit of a challenge.
It is a challenge doing that, isn't it?
I got criticised by somebody for doing a heroin link. 2 people that had done heroin. Yeah.
Who was
Yeah.
that?
Okay, so it was Elastic. I could get the records if you want, but it was Elastica. So I think nearly all of Elastica were on heroin, which is why they only did that one album.
Yeah.
And then I linked it to Smashing Pumpkins. Now, someone in Smashing Pumpkins died from heroin.
Who criticised you then?
I can't remember. I do read all my comments and reply to them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, snail mail. Yeah, but no. So, what should I be doing more videos?
No, I wouldn't say that. I was just asking you what was going on.
Less. Should I be doing less? Go
Well,
away.
it's like, I think Richard will notice this because he's been watching all the people that have done a response, and nearly everybody has said that they've got loads of ideas, haven't they, Richard?
They all have. There was one, I can't remember who it was, said that they're struggling. And I said I was struggling, and I am struggling.
Yeah. I think you've said though, haven't you? Because of when lockdown happened, you were doing a lot of videos, weren't you?
Overboard. I was doing about a tenth of the amount that Iain does every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what's done it, then, isn't it?
At the moment, I have 440 something videos.
Yeah.
About 15 of those were before I actually started the VC, but say 430 videos in 4 years, which is that's nearly 2 a week.
Did you watch PC 31?
I did.
Yeah.
I did, yes.
Because he said you've been doing videos for 10 years, didn't he?
Yes, I know, and I didn't bother replying because I would have had the right so much said, yeah, well, technically I have put up videos, but I haven't been part of the VC, so I thought, let it go.
But he suggested, I thought it was a good idea, you could sort of do a greatest hits of the questions. Plus you've got to think there's new people coming onto YouTube all the time, and they've not done these questions, have they?
No. I have noticed that the first 2 videos have received a few views over the past.
Yeah, they will do.
So they have, well, not many. Like I think the very first one over the past 4 days got about 30 views.
Yeah.
But if I can think of another 10, which I honestly don't believe I'll be able to, because it's hard to ask more than 30 questions to video makers about video making. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, but I think you should ask, all the tricky questions, like what would you rather have, subscribers or views? I think, all those sort of questions, get them all together and get people answering them.
Yeah. I know Rachel hammered me with regards to I know, well, she's the only one that's mentioned that.
Yeah.
So she has. Didn't bother me.
They don't want you to mention, because they don't want to give people the opportunity to be critical. So
No,
these people who are on the gravy train, they don't want any critics at all.
Yeah, just you, Rob.
And she's on the gravy train, Richard.
Well, I
they
know
don't
that.
want subscribers, do they? Either they don't want to risk it by
No.
upsetting people.
I know
They
that
won't say anything.
Gutless.
I know Bobby Gasson subscribed to her, apparently.
Yeah, I watched Bobby's video. Yeah, I like Bobby.
Well, I think it's quite funny.
Well, the first thing he did was light a fag, weren't it?
He liked another one at the end of the video as well.
That annoyed me straight away, but I was listening to him, I wasn't watching.
But as I said earlier before you came on, the loaded question for me was the one, would you buy subscribers? And everyone says no, no, no. And then Simon, in his guise of helmet, he put on it and says, "Oh, push to 100 subscribers is buying subscribers because there's a prize at the end of it." You know,
I just said I'll leave it to other people because I think there is people in the VC who bought subscribers. So.
Like the one question I didn't phrase the way I wanted to, because it would have been seriously loaded. It would have been something like, have you ever bought a record, claimed to have paid £1 for it, but you actually paid 50 or 60 quid for it?
Yeah, you should have put that one in.
I don't know, but then you get into that, oh, you calling me a liar sort of stuff.
I don't worry about that, Richard.
You do have to invest more into your channel, really, don't you? You know.
That echoes back.
That echoes back.
Hello.
Hello.
You can go, now I'm here.
Now I'm here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Queen song. Yeah.
Right, I'm not going to put this, Martin. If you go into the chat, everyone's got a little spanner at the side. On YouTube. Yeah, and she did it to someone that shouldn't have been given a spanner because of their age.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes. Not good.
We'll all keep our toolkits to ourselves. I think that would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that.
Yeah.
Martin, is there any plans for a VC meetup this year in the UK?
Oh, well. No. I mean, there should be, shouldn't there, when you think about it?
Yeah.
Should be. We don't do enough over here, do we? Socially.
No, I think, no, there should be, and it should be open to everybody as well, I think.
Yeah, I think it
I mean, obviously,
is,
Richard, you're across the water, although you're part of, United Kingdom and everything. But I suppose unless we come to Belfast, unless you want to come down to Arsenal or something, I don't know. But yeah.
Do you know the last time I was at Highbury, 1994? I've never been to the Emirates.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw Arsenal Liverpool in '94, and had the biggest hangover from hell that day as well.
94. So that would have been. Was that still George Graham?
Yeah.
No.
It was still.
Yeah.
It was. It was his
win?
last. We won 1-0. Paul scored.
Why did you end up supporting them, Richard? Just out of interest.
Whenever I was a child, you know the way you used to get these soccer annuals.
Yeah.
My brother had a soccer annual. I was just flicking through it, and I saw a picture of Ray Kennedy in an Arsenal strip, and I thought the strip was so cool looking. And I asked my brother, "Who's that, or what's that team?" He said Arsenal. That was it. I started supporting them. That's the only reason.
And then you've got the cobblers that absolutely probably ruined their automatic promotion.
Is that right, Ian? That they started building a stand behind a stand, and it was supposed to be paid for by the council, but it stopped building midway. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah. That's because the chairman at the time, instead of using the money for what he was supposed to have had it went on other things. There's an ongoing investigation.
Oh dear.
A bit like the SNP. Instead of spending it on funds, they're buying motorhomes to go on holiday in and calling it a tour bus for the on elections. Yeah, if you believe that,
I went to the old Northampton. I went to the old Northampton ground once.
Oh, the three.
Because it was a cricket pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when Aylesbury played there. So it was 1990, I think, or something.
Yeah,
so why do you support? Why do you support Tottenham, Simon?
Because
is it a family thing?
Yeah, it's always been Tottenham and Arsenal in the family. But my father, he supported Spurs in the '60s. You know, in that golden kind of time. You know, when they've done the double.
The golden black and white time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My mate Lee, he's a Chelsea supporter, so you've got to feel sorry for him.
No.
Can I ask a question? Has anyone bought a new album this year? New release?
Not yet.
Yeah.
What have
I
you
thought the
bought?
latest James one. I'm not sure that's this year though.
What have you bought?
James's new album. Lightning Seeds. I got Lightning Seeds as well.
Did that come out this year?
I think so. I'll check.
I bought one. Shania Twain.
All right, okay. Is that the only one you bought this year, Richard?
Of the new ones, I can't think of any other ones. I've a couple ordered. There's a new
What have you got on order?
Paul Simon, Sparks.
Oh, yeah.
Ian Hunter. There's one I bought. New Ian Hunter album.
Right.
What's that like, Richard?
It's brilliant. It's one of his. Well, I'm not going to say it's his best since whatever, but it's much better than his last two. So it's more consistent. It's rockier.
Yeah, that last one.
I found this.
Well, let's make Martin big.
I found this the other day for £1, and I've stuck it on eBay already.
What is it?
ABC Rocksteady.
You know,
oh my god!
Yeah, you know, like the music in Death in Paradise, but this is obviously like a bit cooler. I mean, I quite like Death in Paradise thing, but yeah, it's a pretty good album. But I'm going to sell it. Or someone's already bid.
Shop, then?
Yeah. Amazingly, in amongst all the usual sort of dirge. Yeah.
I was going to ask Richard.
So it's.
Richard, do you not have car boot sales in Northern Ireland?
You do, but I suppose they're not that far away. They're about 35 miles away from me.
Right.
And and they'll have them on a Sunday, and I sleep a Sunday, really, Sunday night.
Right.
So I don't get a chance. But I don't think they're anywhere near the size of the ones in England. So the chances are there'll be records there. It'll be just a load of old tatty furniture junk.
Yeah.
You'd have to get there early if there was any.
Well, that's if they've turned up.
Do you go to any car boot sales, Martin?
Car boot sales? No. And I should. I know that you do, don't you? But I know that John 6-inch Pianist gets up at like really early, and I mean, you might do as well, Rob. But like 5:30, is it, or something? And with my name, I should be scavenging 24-hour, really. But
yeah.
No,
Dale,
I don't.
33. He goes to car boot sales as well. But I've been working a lot on Sunday, so I've not been going. So.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I haven't been into Northampton Town for a couple of weeks, but I'm going next week, so I shall go around my usual looking at dead people's records. I've seen dead people. I see dead people's records. They have
You
this
go
funny
to the car boot sales and you're like competing maybe against, I don't know, 100, 200 other record collectors. And they literally snap everything up. You know, even if they don't want it or got it already, they buy it just to either sell it, you know.
And you get these hands and arms coming in when you're gently doing this. You'll get an arm coming from the side. What?
That's a bit like Shiva. Shiva's coming up behind you.
Yeah.
I've been looking through records and people are next. They're not even really looking. They're just putting them in a bag and then, you know, if they're like 50p, they're just picking anything up, really.
They do.
And then I noticed that some guys, they have like a stall at the car boot, so they'll have the car locked up when they arrive, walk round, pick stuff up, and then set their stall up about an hour later.
And then charge more than what they brought them for.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. So I've seen a few people doing that. But I'm getting a lot more selective about what I pick up because I've got too many records, so...
I look for particular ones that I've got a list that I want, especially singles, because a lot of my old singles disappeared. You know, people borrow them and you know never get them back. So I'm particularly looking at singles at the moment.
Yeah.
How many records do you have, Rob? Have you counted them?
No.
Do
you not have a list? Do you not have an Excel list or?
You know what? I look through my records and I forget. I ain't got a clue what I've got. I've moved them around quite a bit, and like from when I was married, and then in this house, I've had them down here. Now I've got them upstairs in a room, and I need to spend quite a lot of time, you know, coming up with some sort. That's one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of sort of, you know, like contests when you've got to. I don't know where anything is, so it's a nightmare, really.
Yeah.
Well, that's my next video. Is like an updated. My next video is like an updated room tour. Well, it's a double room tour. The room with the vinyl in, and it's perfectly. I know where everything is, but then I go into the CD room, and it's like a bomb site. And it's impossible to find anything.
I'll tell you who's good at that. That's Jose. These things, they talk about something, and he'll go to it straight away.
Yeah.
Well, if you put your records in alphabetical order, you know, you know that the D comes after C, so you'd be able to find it. But my CDs are all over the place.
Yeah.
Some are in cases, like those flight cases, but then some are just all over the table, halfway up the wall.
You rip yours to the computer, don't you, Richard?
There's Carl there with a good comment.
CD to the computer,
yeah. Why do the same records keep appearing in charity shops? Max Bygrave, Sound of Music, South Pacific, Pat Boone, James Last. I went into one last time, and there must have been 15 different James Last albums.
Yeah. That's because he used to produce about 10 a year.
Yeah.
Richard, I mean, do you think I'm thinking of like categorizing them in, you know, years?
No, well, what you do, Rob, is if you're going to do it on an Excel sheet, right, and then do it alphabetically, but also put the year down in one of the cells as well, which means you can then filter the whole thing into year, and it'll filter everything into that year, say 1981. And
how long's that going to take?
Oh, it takes a while. Like,
so when you say it takes a while, how long are we talking?
Well, if you want to be specific, right, so you're going to have to bring all your records down in batches and say, right, this is the Police, Regatta de Blanc. If you want to check the actual label, okay, A&M, what's the date? 1979. what's the condition? Excellent, stroke excellent, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can do it the easy way out and say, police, regatta de blanc. Next one, please.
Yeah, but then
You have to have
where
that
do you put them?
alphabetical.
Where do you put them when you have done that? Where do you put them while you're doing all that?
Well, have you got that? I take it all your albums are in not any sort of order.
No.
The first thing you do is the heavy work, and you get them all in alphabetical order, and then you start categorizing them, and you start
How hard
taking
is
from
that,
A.
though?
Oh no, like it took me forever. Well,
Nightmare.
I've had a list from for about 7 or 8 years. It takes a long time.
Oh God.
And I've done it with the CDs, although I've never put them back where they're supposed to be.
No.
Ooh, shocking. I actually was looking for this album the other day by Living Colour. I went to see them live about 1990 or something.
Yeah.
I saw them then.
Black, rock, funk. And I could not find the album. And then it occurred to me, bearing in mind I know where most stuff is, I don't think I've had it for about 15 or 20 years or something.
Right.
Shocking. So
I've got a couple of theirs on cassette.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw them.
like
They supported somebody, and I'm not quite sure. But when they walked out on stage, we all thought, "What the ruddy hell's going?" Well, it weren't that; it was something a bit more stronger. And then they hit the first note. And we went, these are good. We was expecting a reggae band, but you got this funky bass line, and then this tremendous riff, and you thought, "Well, that's not what you expect." And they were a good band. They were from New York, I think.
they're touring again, or they did tour again. Do you know, Ian, Milton Keynes much? Because there's Crawford Arms there, and they get quite decent gigs there.
Oh, it's they have some great bands there.
Yeah.
We've been in the Crawford Arms a few times, haven't we, Dave?
Yes.
There was one night we was only popping in for one. We ended up having to get a room because everyone was.
Oh, hello.
No, we were so pissed none of us could drive.
I wanted to go and see Inspiral Carpets.
Say again.
Sorry, I wanted to go and see Inspiral Carpets, but in Oxford, but it's sold out.
Yeah, it was all sold out. Actually,
yeah.
So I was in the co-op last Thursday, and this guy walked past me, and I noticed he had a little bit of a limp, and I shouted him. I said, "Graham," and he turned round, and it was Graham. You know who I went to school with?
Oh, right, yeah.
The guitarist with the Inspiral Carpets. So I was still talking to him for about a quarter of an hour, and I'll probably get him on my channel at some stage. I'm not sure when, but we sort of had a nice chat. We were talking about we used to play football together. That's why he's got a limp. You see any footage of Graham? He's got a limp, and he was playing for Oldham Boys against Blackpool when he was about 13, maybe 14, and he got quite a serious injury. So I ended up going back a year. And obviously, he made me laugh because I said, you know, you went back a year. He said, "Oh, it was good because I got 4 O levels." So that kind of made me laugh. But then he was working as a printer, and he had to make a decision because the Inspirals were his band, really. He had to make a decision in '88. Sort of Mute Records were interested, and you know, they had like 6 or 7 pretty successful years, 5 albums, etc. But he was talking about the tour, and he was saying everyone was sold out, and they're going to Australia in the summer. So yeah, it was really good to see him. It was totally. I've not seen him for about 5 or 6 years. So it was just a chance meeting. I went out in my lunch hour to get something, and I bumped into him. So yeah, it was great. I was going to ask Richard about in Northern Ireland. What sort of fans going to Northern Ireland? Do you get quite a lot or limited? What's it like?
Well, nowhere really around the area. It'd be more Dave's area. Well,
yeah, they're all in Belfast at the Waterfront Hall.
Yeah.
You
Or
get
the
some
Ulster
big ones,
Hawks.
but
But there's two big, well, reasonably big bands that come from Dave's neck of the woods. The Answer, Ash, they're
yeah.
Downpatrick, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we've got some good homegrown talent. It's just there's a dearth of bands coming over as a result of the Troubles. But they're starting to come back.
Yeah.
They've got the Waterfront Hall, but it's, for me, it's 40 minutes door to door just to get there. And then you've got to go around, find a parking space and queue up and eventually get in. And the ticket prices are horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me half an hour to get to Manchester at least with the traffic. So, you know, it's not much different for me, really.
Like the last one I went to see was Paul Heaton.
Yeah.
And he was only 30 quid.
Yeah, it's not bad for Paul Heaton, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some really good bands at a place called the Stables in Milton Keynes. Seen quite a few good bands there. I went to see a great band called Kingdom of Madness. Now, if you're into Magnum, these are all ex-members of Magnum, and they do like all the old stuff. And Mickey Barker's in it, Mark Stanway's in it, the original keyboard player. Mark's wife, who used to sing with UB40, and looks like, can't remember her name. Great they were. Neil Murray was with them at the time, and Lawrence Archer, Grand Slam, and UFO.
Yeah.
They were good. I've seen the Barron Knights there.
Are you all right? Okay.
Can I ask Richard,
right.
you know, the 10 questions that you asked?
Yeah.
Have you been surprised how many people have sort of got involved?
Yes, very surprised. I thought there would be about half a dozen, to be honest with you, because I thought I was over-egging the pudding with the third one. You know, and yeah, and I've got a few subs out of it as well.
Yeah, you will do.
Not the same as last year, because I think Malty did it last year. There's just a, but I've had
might do it yet, but
you
know, it's but people in the VC, they like talking about themselves, don't they? So I think it's a good vehicle where you can sort of express yourself. Because like a lot of people, they don't want to make a video where they're saying anything at all negative about anything, do they? 99% of the people in the VC are super positive. They won't say anything negative. Whereas this, it does give you an opportunity, if you're that way inclined, to have a little bit of fun and maybe bring up a few things. That's what I like about it.
Well, to be quite frank with you, that question about what you don't like about other people's channels, there's very few that have said, no, there's nothing I don't like. Everybody, okay, nobody's mentioning any names. I didn't mention any name. But obviously there's certain things about other people's channels that get on your tits. And the pointing with your finger right down the throat of the camera gets on my nerves. Really gets on my nerves.
Coffee slurpers like myself.
Yeah.
Well, when I mentioned,
I
meant to say that you do it sort of ironically, don't you? I should have mentioned.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I should have mentioned Ron Haggerty because he's a professional slurper, isn't he?
Professional slurper.
I suppose it's just the comfort, isn't it? Just to have a coffee or tea in your hand.
You're a bit of a tea waller, aren't you, as well?
I am. Yeah.
I think the only time I have a drink is if I do on a Wednesday when I'm in marathons, just to keep me throat. And I like a beer on a Thursday, just chilling out. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go
society.
back.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just going
society back. Is about not offending people at the moment, isn't it? So
yeah,
that's probably, without getting political, that probably is just a part of what's going on in stuff. I mean, let's maybe leave it at that.
Yeah, I found it to be very monotone and very, very neutral.
Yeah. everyone wants to be everyone's friend. You know, it's
Yeah. I don't get that personally.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think
Well,
us Brits though we're a bit more cynical, aren't we?
yeah.
You know.
yeah. So because I wanted to say, so I'll say something now. So it's like these American channels. Let's keep the video up. All these new American and Canadian channels, all they want to be is Norman Maslow. That's all they want to be. It's all they want to be.
Who
And
they
they're like
aspire to?
professional VC channels. And it's, you know, the VC for me is about interaction, but it's just about a guy showing records. That's all the VC is. And these professionals, these new channels, like he was in before, Chance, you know, with all these snippets of, so, you know, supposed to be making, you know, a bit smart, really clever editing. That's not what the VC's about. You know, and if he come up on here now, I'd say the same thing to him. He'll watch this back anyway, so he can mention it in one of his podcasts.
Yeah, it's all about branding, isn't it? I think with them than it is anything else. You know, they're so focused as like selling a product rather than
and this
the
is another one. What Rice Fields and Stevie's vinyl in his cupboard. Yeah, going on about content creators. I bet you think you're a content creator, don't you, Ian?
Just do it. Don't cast myself as anything. I just do it because I want to.
Yeah, so content creators, they get on my wick as well.
I think that's
in a way though.
Everybody that makes a video is a content creator by YouTube, and that's where it comes from.
No, but it's the way you sort of talk about it.
All right.
It's really sort of, you know, calculated, as though you're looking at your algorithms and stuff like that. It's such a turn off for me.
In a way, you can't criticise Mazzy because he's being himself. I think, or I hope he's being himself. Maybe you should criticise
every time
Mazzy's.
someone dies, you make a video about it.
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
I only tend to do it on big people.
He's very generous, isn't he? You know, he sent me a load of records. He's a really nice guy, no doubt about that. But you know, when someone famous dies, he's got a backlog of videos that he's already made. When someone dies, he'll put it up.
There's no mentioning of them before, though, is there? There's completely like no talk of them, and suddenly when they die, it's a big thing.
Yeah. Because you mentioned who's just died.
Gordon
Lightfoot.
Yeah.
You mentioned him the other week, didn't you, Simon?
You did, yeah.
Yeah. I bought a CD of his like about a week or so ago, and then
you put a kiss of death on it.
I know. That was odd.
See, I like this live stream on a Thursday to be. If we were all, it's like a virtual pub. I could expect us all sitting around the table with a pint, talking like this, and that's what I try to create on this channel on the live stream. It's a gentle chat that you would do with a pint.
The best thing about this live stream is you're keeping it up. You're not like these people who are too frightened and they delete it all the time.
Why do you delete it, or why does Rachel delete it? I know Mayo deletes a lot of his live streams. Why? Is there a reason for it?
I reckon.
I think when people go on, they feel as though they can sort of express what they want, and then it's just for the people who are watching. So she'll delete it because that's sort of part of the understanding. You can say what you want, but then after 3 hours it gets deleted. So I think it was more Michael 45. He didn't like things being kept up, but now he's bailed. Then she might start to keep them up when she gets her internet sorted.
Well, because of the nature of her streams, if you leave them up, you can risk a backlash, can't you, from people who watch them later on? So by deleting them, you lessen the chance just by deleting them.
Exactly.
Don't you? You know, I think that's probably more of the reason why it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Pulsar. I'll take all the praise I can get. Yeah, I keep them up because I've got nothing to hide because this is just general chit chat.
I don't think that last 5 minutes, I don't think that'll be classed as general chit chat.
No. But you know what I mean? I think, well, people are watching, you know, I think last week's was 260. The weeks before was 270. Yeah. I mean, the one I did last Saturday, you know, when I hosted, I got 500 and something people have watched it over the week.
Yeah.
And many people are watching.
You've had quite a lot of exposure, haven't you, through Rachel? So she's took you under her wing, but people who she takes under her wing, she soon gets rid of. So you need to watch out for that.
Yeah.
I've seen about a dozen people kicked into the alley.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And there'll be more.
Maybe we need to do a charity single for them.
That's a good idea.
Just think, Thursday nights would have been Top of the Pops night, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this is
back in the day.
Yeah, we're taking Top of the Pops now.
Where did it all go wrong?
Whenever they got rid of Pan's people.
So are you on a bit of a sabbatical at the moment, Martin, or what?
Yeah, I had an interview this morning.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I think it went okay. Yeah, I think it went all right. It was for patient transport.
They'll take anyone at McDonald's. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I prefer Burger King, but I mustn't say that, must I?
No.
Yeah, or Wimpy. Obviously, Wimpy's class, isn't it? You know.
Yes, I've just posted a message for everyone on the panel in private chat. For you to all have a look at.
How do you get to private chat? Because I can't see that.
Right, you got comments.
Yeah,
I don't know. Mine's different.
I can't.
I'll read it without moving my lips, then maybe just in case.
There's comments, banners, brand, and private chat on the right-hand side.
Should we say hello to people that have like commenting,
hello,
or do we
anyone
not?
Who's coming?
Shouldn't we? Like Wyoming Dave.
Yeah, but he comes in.
Right.
I'm gonna put the invite up again. See if anyone else wants to come and join us.
Why can you
I keep forgetting to do this.
I didn't think you could have more than 6.
I think I can have one more. I think because Dave is one of my people I can have. We're gonna just try it.
All right.
I'm a co-host, but if it comes up and says no, you can't have a 7th, I will drop out.
Who's in the comments? Anyone exciting, or is it the usual?
It's Seb, Wyoming, Dave's
Carl
in there.
Swede.
Yeah, Carl's in. Matt Patterson's in. Nick's in.
Nick.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know,
Nick,
Matt. Is Matt British? English?
No, he's American. But he's a
Oh, okay.
He's a really good guy. He supports me well, and when I'm in Rachel's, and if he's always supporting. Same as Zeb. Seb's quite good. He keeps promoting my stuff. And Rachel.
Carl Tweed knows his stuff though, doesn't he? He's got a good channel.
Yeah.
He goes into a lot of detail, doesn't he? He buys a lot of stuff I don't know about.
Nick's in bed.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't been well, so.
Oh yeah, Nick.
And guess who else we've got now? Jazz Bums Mike. I was speaking to him earlier.
Who?
Welcome from the Jazz Bums. Mike from the Jazz Bums. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in.
How's he found his way here?
I don't know.
This is a non-jazz zone, isn't it?
Yes.
There's been a few people saying they can't stand jazz, hasn't there, Richard?
There's been at least one. At least one. Jimmy Barnes is on my side. You can't stand it, so I'm not alone.
Making Jimmy Barnes a mixtape.
Thank you, Russell. Thank you. You've been watching me, and if you've come over, hope you see we're a bit more relaxed here. Well, I hope we are.
I thought I might be able to get my daughter on tonight, but I'm not sure when she's coming home from work. But maybe one Thursday she might be here. She can come on and say hi to you.
Excellent. More the merrier.
Yeah, she's been on Rachel's stream at least once, maybe twice.
My little girl asked
That's
me
a good
earlier,
comment there. My name is Beveridge, not related to the guy who started DNHS. It was Bevan, wasn't it, or something?
Bevan,
Nine Bevan? Was it?
Nine Bevan. Yeah.
Nine Bevan, thank you.
Yeah, there's another one to. I'll have a look at that Flaming Groove. I'll have a listen to that.
Martin, when you move your record, so how many albums have you got? Because you've got quite a big collection, haven't you?
Yeah. It's sort of, I think, 4 or 5.
4 or 5 what?
4. One for every Oldham supporter. There you go.
No, you've not
Yeah,
got
what,
that
4 or
many.
5,000? Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got
4 or
like
5.
you've got a fluctuating collection, haven't you? Because you sell as well.
I am a flogger. Yeah. Hey, Rob, you haven't shown that album that I gave you, no? Or have you?
Well, the Paul Weller one.
Yeah. Did you crack it open,
No,
so to speak? Sorry.
no, I haven't,
Did
I
you
haven't
take...
opened it yet.
Oh, right, okay.
Question for you, Rob.
Yeah.
If you was forced to listen to either the Yes LP or the new Jethro Tull, which would you choose?
Well, have Yes got a new album out?
Yeah. I haven't heard it yet.
Well, the exposure that I've had to Jethro Tull, I've got a pretty negative attitude towards most people who play a flute. So I think I'd probably listen to Yes.
Yeah, I'm reviewing the new Jethro Tull album tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sure you won't be watching that. Anyway, you said you like me elbow. Did I get it right in your
Yeah.
in your wisdom?
You got it right for the best one, but I didn't agree with what you had as last.
I like that album, Rob, but I prefer the others. I like them all, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I could tell that, like, how enthusiastic you were, that you weren't just sort of rhyming it off. You could tell you quite like Elbow, don't you?
Oh God, yeah. They're the sort of band.
I've got a question for Rob.
They're a chill out band. I like putting them on. If I've had a hustly bustly day,
Yeah.
that is something I can listen to because I love Craig Potter's piano playing. He just gives me some ease.
But they never get shown in the vinyl community, Elbow. Never.
No, I must be the first person.
No.
I did put Elbow album ranking after I put mine up, and the only one that come up in the search was mine.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it, but I haven't got them all on vinyl. I've got all the CDs. Did you say I had a question, Simon?
I do. Yeah, this is for everyone. Not just Rob. How many complete discographies have you got in your record collection?
Bloody hell.
Ooh. A lot.
A lot.
I had that in the vinyl tag, didn't I?
You talking about just the studio album?
Just the studios, yeah.
A lot.
I'm a bit more mad than that. Marillion, I've got everything that they put out. Status Quo, AC/DC, Mike Oldfield, Genesis, Steve Hackett, Mike Oldfield.
It's got a few.
That is a few. And they're not just...
Yeah. I mean, that's got a lot of records right there, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On vinyl, I think the only two I've got are The Jam and Talk Talk.
I thought you'll say The Jam.
You know, got the Smiths, Rob.
My son's got them all.
I don't think I've got anyone.
I've got a couple, but I've not got Strange Ways. But my son's got all my Stone Roses, 12 inches, and all stuff like that.
What about the Police?
Oh yeah, I've got Police. Yeah, I forgot about them. But only like the Police, Talk, the Jam. I haven't even got the last Style Council album. So,
What about the Beatles?
no, no, I've not got Revolver. I've got most of the Beatles albums, but I never played them. If I want to impress people when they come round, I get all my Beatles records out.
The crowd pleaser.
When Mazzy comes round, I'll bring them all out.
I've got one artist. This is going to sound really like ridiculous. This is going to sound really like egotistical. I've got obviously favourite bands. The only one I've got everything by is 2 7-inch singles by myself because I had them made up. And it doesn't cost very much.
That counts.
Does that count? Yeah. I'm going to put them on Discogs because then Stunty might want to buy one or two of them.
I've got all the Inspiral
That'd be a grail.
albums.
How many albums did they do?
Well, they did the 4 studio, and then they did one when they got back together again in 2015. Then they did. There's an album before Life, which is like demos and stuff. I haven't got the greatest hits yet, though.
Do you think they were more an album band or a singles band?
But they only did 5 studio
or were they
albums.
Caught between the two?
Yeah.
Sorry, Simon.
That's right.
I think the Inspiral Carpets. I'm not a massive fan of the debut Live. I think it's got some good moments on it. Beast Inside is a little bit more going in a different direction in it. I think it's underrated. It's a good album.
Yeah.
Please Be Cruel's on that. It's a great song. I think the album you gave me, that Revenge of the Goldfish, it's got 4 really good singles on there. Dragging Me Down, Two Worlds Collides on there as well. I think that's probably a good starter album, Revenge of the Goldfish.
Yeah. All right.
And then Devil Hopping, it's got Saturn 5 on it. And it's got I Want You with Mark E. Smith on it as well. I like these Inspiral Carpets. They're another band who doesn't really get any. You don't really get any channels showing sort of baggy music, like Manchester music.
I think we can add that to the laundry list for you, as it's got your school panel in it. And I've always thought Graham was a very good guitarist and a very underrated guitarist.
All right, I'll next time I see him, I'll mention it. I'll probably see him in 5 years.
Yeah.
What are we adding to the list?
Inspirational Carpets.
Inspiral Carpets. They're already on.
Oh, they're on, are they?
Oh, yes.
When I came up to Manchester, I parked my car for the VC meetup. It seems like, pre-lockdown. There was a shop called Inspirational Carpets. I saw it. Yeah, it was somewhere like Stockporty, in from Stockport a bit. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not bad.
Simon, what were you going to say? I interrupted you, Simon.
Any Blur on vinyl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Tight Life.
Ian, they're 14th in the laundry list.
Oh, they're coming up then, Rob. They're not going to be far off.
Good. I've got.
Well, it all depends on when you get your finger out.
I've not got any Blur albums on vinyl.
Right. Here you go then. That one.
So thank you, Dave.
Need to turn it a little bit.
To the End with the Pet Shop Boys remix, which I got for about a tenner, I think.
Yeah.
Part Life.
Yeah.
Is that an original?
Modern Life is rubbish. Yeah.
I like that picture.
That's worth a bit.
I've got it somewhere.
Yeah.
Where have I got it? I've got an art print of it that came with the album somewhere.
Oh, I like that.
Blur.
That's the debut, isn't it?
Pleasure, yeah.
Yeah. And Pop Scene.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. Single.
that's an album song.
Yeah. And Bang promo.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't get free cheese vouchers with Blur albums.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Bit of a connoisseur of the old cheese making.
That's pretty good, Martin.
I worked in a record shop then, so I spent all
Yeah.
my money on records. I got rid of some in the late 90s, a little bit, but most I kept. I mean, whether they're worth much, well, they are worth much, but whether many people, which ones are digital,
now.
yeah, it's my
Yeah.
insurance policy, my pension probably. You know, if I don't lose all my marbles, then you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that the first 3 Oasis albums, they're going for about £200 now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I actually saw Oasis before they were famous.
Oh,
They played Northampton Roadmender because my mate's band did the support. So obviously I went in with him and got a freebie. And when the Gallagher brothers walked in, Liam was acting like he was a superstar then.
Yeah.
Do you know who they were called before they became Oasis?
No, they were Oasis when I saw them.
They were the Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. But there was
Yeah,
another
they were
band
pretty
called
good.
Rain, I think.
Could well
Yeah.
have been.
Yeah, I've heard Graham out of the Inspirals when he was. He went watching a band and he was filming it, and Noel Gallagher went up to him and said, "I'm going to see the Inspiral Carpets next week. You need to go and film them." And Graham said, "I'm in the Inspiral Carpets." So he said, "Oh, do you need a lift, like, you know, a roadie or anything?" So Graham said, "Come along and help us." And he turned up. He was there before the rest of the band. And he was with them for about 4 years being a roadie, setting all the gear up and everything. So Noel Gallagher travelled the world with the Inspiral Carpets in the early 90s. So interesting story.
Yeah.
My
Did
mate
they know
used to do
Richard
his
Ashcroft?
garden.
Did they know Richard Ashcroft? Because they used to knock around together a bit, didn't they? The Gallaghers.
Yeah. Well, Graham said Noel Gallagher, he couldn't have enough to say about him. Said he was really good fun, but really, you know, really nice guy. Still stays in touch with him now. No ego or anything. Really nice, and he gets on well with Liam as well.
Yeah,
It's
you
always
just
interesting when you get a bit of a, you know, an insight like that. You know, instead of sort of reading it or anything.
Yeah.
So, do they know where they got the name Oasis?
No, I don't know.
No, do you, Stephen?
Who were your Martin? You know, when you sort of first got into music, who were your sort of first? You class them as your band. You know, the first band you really got into.
Are you talking about like embarrassing period or
No, I'm on
cool
about as a
period?
proper.
Who did I really like? I mean, after Madonna, I suppose, and all that sort of stuff. Probably, I got into very like at college, like indie,
Yeah.
sort of Primitives, Darling Buds, Transvision
Yeah.
Vamp, all singers with blonde
Yeah.
hair, female singers, and
Yeah.
then I was probably into the same time as I got into Manchester type bands. I got into the Church about the same time.
Yeah, Church,
and
weren't it? Yeah.
Concrete Blonde, yeah. So I'm getting a new Church album sent out eventually. So I will have a new album from this year.
Have you ever listened to the Church, Richard?
No, don't know a single song.
Yeah, and the Go-Betweens as well. I think you'd like them.
Go-Betweens, yeah.
Again, don't know anything about them.
Yeah, I think you'd like them, Richard. Sort of indie, like
Maybe a 90s band.
late 80s.
Late 80s.
The Church are all the
80s,
way through
90s.
the 80s, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
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 What's
Do
that?
you want me to
song,
show the
Milky-
records or no?
What's that song? Milky Way, that one.
Under the Milky Way from Starfish, yeah.
Yeah, have a listen to
1980.
that, Richard. I like that song.
It's in Donnie Darko. It's in the film
Yeah.
Donnie Darko. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carl's saying that he showed it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked it. I gave him some advice about not going for that, not trying something else a bit earlier.
Yeah.
But he bought a new one. But it's more prog, I suppose. So maybe it's his kind of thing.
I think they've got a bad name though, haven't they?
Yeah, it's not good, is it? No. But he's a very spiritual person, the singer.
Right. I got on my Instagram last night. I got an advert for a 7-disc retrospective and live concerts and B-sides and everything by The Teardrop Explodes. That's coming out, I think, in June. So it's a 7-disc. It's about 130 quid, I think. I think the CD's about 67. But I might be tempted with that because I really like Teardrop Explodes. I might be tempted,
I think Carl's right there. 80s Church was probably the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Has Carl got a bit of Church then? I'm trying to think.
Carl's got everything.
Yeah. He seems to.
I'm a member of the Carl Tweed Appreciation Society. I think he's great.
Is he from Middlesbrough?
Yeah, that's the only negative thing about him.
They got too proggy, he says.
Get Carl on air.
Yeah, get Carl on here next week. I'll have a week off.
No, you've got a contract to do your disc, mate. No weeks off.
Contracts are there to be broken.
Yeah, you're part of the furniture now, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah. You're not able to come in next week, are you, Richard?
Well, I'm back to work next week on Tuesday, but I'm on day shift. They're putting me on day shift for a few days, and so I should be able to. Even if it's on night shift, I can stay for half an hour. I leave the house at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been really nice, though, being able to, chat with you sort of in this way over the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's starting to be really. Yes, he is. He can only appear on Rachel's Ghost at the weekend.
Can I ask, Ian? Can I ask you a question?
You can.
Right. With regards to your second part of your David Bowie video, how on earth can you have the debut album ahead of Station to Station and Scary Monsters? And you did it again. You showed all the albums at the start.
Oh, let's put the albums on, yeah.
Yes, but you put them in order.
Yeah.
They're in alphabetical order.
I clicked on that video and saw you had that Bowie album, and I thought, hang on a minute, what am I watching here?
But the very first album nearly hit the top 10 for you.
I know, I quite like it in its weirdness way. But I'm sorry I put Diamond Dogs at number 4, but...
What do you have as number 1? Whoa.
Ziggy was my number 1 because it was the first David Bowie album I ever brought.
Ah, Ziggy, yeah.
It's got my favourite.
Where did you have Low?
You had about 7 or 8 or 9.
7 or 8, yeah.
Right. Is that your favourite out of the trilogy?
Yeah,
No, you had Heroes above it.
Hang on.
Right.
I'll look in the... Yeah. Right, my top 10 was Lodger, Young Americans, Low, Heroes, Let's Dance, The Man Who Sold the World, Diamond Dogs, Aladdin Sign, the rise and fall. Oh, Hunky Dory and the rise and fall of the Ziggy Star.
Before you put that away, can you give your 20 to 11, please?
Yeah,
So everybody can hear. Right.
This is like Top of a Pops. This is
It
Top
is,
of a
isn't it?
Pops David Bowie special.
Not half pop, but you're 20 to 10.
20 to 10.
Yeah, I know why he wants this. Hours, Black Star, tonight, the next day, reality. Scary monsters. Pin-ups, station to station. David Bowie and David Bowie 2.
Right, so the very one with Rubber Band and Uncle Arthur and Love You Till Tuesday, the Tommy Steele type album, you have got above Station to Station and above Scary Monsters.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna bring that up all the time now, aren't you? You'll never forgive me for that.
Yeah. It is pretty difficult to do David Bowie's discography, isn't it? But you tend to get people choose the same 12, but they might mix them up a little bit towards the end.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's
19th.
why I put a comment about that. If we all like the same Bowie albums, it'd be boring. But
It's
at
all
least
subjective,
we've all got
isn't it?
different ones. All the albums get the love that they need.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. We're fans of David Bowie, and
Yeah. I think Richard's only having a bit of fun. You're only teasing, aren't you, Richard?
I'm only teasing. They're all 5-star albums.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do. I mean, I think there's something on every one of them 26 albums that I like.
You could create about 4 albums if you took the best song off each.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, I've been listening to Dave. First time I heard David Bowie was when I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I just loved that sound. I mean, I was listening at the time, as a 7-year-old, I was really into Bowie, T-Rex, Slade, Sweet, Mud, and Roxy music. That's what started my thing. And I sort of moved on from there and got into the heavier stuff. But as I've said before, like the Smiths, I didn't get into the Smiths until late on in life. When they come out, I wasn't a big fan of them. But as I got older, I started to appreciate the Smiths. And I think they're brilliant now. I love the Smiths.
Yeah.
But I want to know why critics think the last album, Strange Road, is their best. I don't know.
Not for me.
No, it's not for me. What do you think, Richard? You're a big Smith fan. Why do critics think Strange Ways is their best album?
I don't know why they think it, because it's not. We covered this last week, did we not?
Yeah.
I
can't remember. I lost that this week.
Morrissey and Marr, I think it's their best, but no, it's not.
Yeah.
The best is the best for me, anyway.
I think sometimes critics just like to be critics, don't they? And they're not going to say the obvious. They like to be a little bit clever, don't they?
Yeah.
Did you get any other albums, Rob, that their final one was their best? Because I couldn't think of any more.
I did actually think of a few, but let me have a think. I know we're near the end of the video, but let me have a think. I know a lot of people, I mean, I don't think None Such is the best XTC album, but I think quite a few people get a little bit overexcited about that album.
The two after that, anyway, did the Apple Venus.
Yeah, but they're kind of, I won't class them as proper studio releases, or are they? I don't know.
Well, they are. It's just they were down to 3-piece.
Yeah.
I saw Martin Harris got a copy of Oranges and Lemons, original one.
Like an original, that.
Yeah, but he's got 2 inner sleeves that are the same. He's missing one.
Yeah. I wasn't impressed with that album. I ended up giving it to Rachel, that.
It's not their best. It's all right. It's got some good songs on it. There's one song that everybody seems to love, which I don't really like, and that's King for a Day.
Yeah.
I thought it was really bland.
Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to...
Right, Jimmy.
I've been listening to Drums and Wires a lot last few weeks. That is just such a brilliant album for me.
It's very good. I
Yeah.
still
I
think
think
he is the best, though.
I think when I had my best album from 1979, I did a video, and I think I had Drums and Wires as number 1 and Regatta de Blanc as number 2.
I can't remember how I ranked IXTC. It's a long time since I did them. It's one of the first bands I did. They're not even in this book.
But you not find that XTC or one of these bands, especially Andy Partridge's voice, that you're really seriously into it, or it gives you a headache?
Yeah, because
a little bit like Kate Bush, you have either love or hate.
Yeah, I mean, in 1980, I've said it before, they weren't queuing around the block to go and see XTC live. The singles didn't sell crazy amounts. Who was it who mentioned that there's the weird start to Senses Up working overtime? Might have been James Griffiths. He was saying it starts really weird. And it's such a great pop song. But,
my brothers used to say that he's not got his hand on the fretboard. And
yeah.
What am I going to do here? Oh, put them on mid and we get a better sound.
Did you ever see the footage on YouTube of Andy Partridge walking off stage whenever he decided that's it, we're not playing live anymore? You can see the footage of him playing away, and he just stops, walks off, the band put on.
Yeah.
And they never played live again since.
I've heard
that was the beginning to the end, really, wasn't it?
On your videos where you've said you've got to be in the mood for XTC.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I do.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Talking Heads as well. Yeah. Sometimes they're absolutely brilliant, but other times they're annoying.
Who can you play anytime, any place, anywhere?
Genesis.
The Who.
Mike Oldfield.
No. Honestly, anytime, Nick Lowe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Status Quo. I can play them anytime.
That'd be a good video, wouldn't it? If you listen to anytime, any place, anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. There's an idea for you. Albums you can listen to anytime, any place, anywhere. Your top 10.
You too, maybe.
Oh, that's a challenge, Richard. Do you think we can do that?
I'm going to have to show another album again, which I keep on showing, and I'm fed up showing it. And Rob knows what it is. Because that is the albums that I could play anytime, any place, anywhere.
Yeah, let's see what the Rankers Gallery is saying about anytime, any place. Nick is Madness. Zeb is Gong. Oldfield.
Faust.
Russell is Roxy Flesh and Blood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Richard, I think it's Avalon, Roxy Music's last album.
Yeah.
Some people might say that's the best, maybe.
It's their smoothest, it's their slickest, it's their best produced, and it's got one of their best ever songs with the title track.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's their actual best album.
No, but I think some people might suggest it is. So that
all right, sorry, I see what you're getting at. Yeah, well, that's pretty true.
Yeah.
Police. Blur.
Yeah.
U2.
No.
You don't want anything too heavy. You just kind of want it like in the middle, I think, you know?
Yeah. Simon, have you heard that acoustic album by U2?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, don't bother.
No.
No.
There's 40 songs. Each member has chosen 10 songs. Some work, but some just... I mean, do you fancy an acoustic version of Bad? No.
No, no.
Or the Fly. How can you do that?
No.
Acoustic.
Yeah.
Well, there's some good ones coming up there.
Were any good? Because they one, didn't they?
Yeah, all right.
Move on.
I've got them, but do I play them much?
No.
Here's a question, Richard. Which sort of album did you pay the most for, and you just don't even play it?
Yeah, that's all right, Jimmy. Anytime. I'm here to tell it as it is. I don't need my words.
You say don't even play it. I have played it, but I haven't played it in quite a while. Probably Beginning by Ambrose Slate. I paid about £85 for it.
Right.
Naughty holder signature. And it's the only one I didn't have. By Slate. Bought it. Played it, enjoyed it, but I haven't played it since.
Yeah, is it more like to complete a collection kind of thing?
Right, to complete the collection, yeah. Because I've got the CD of it.
Yeah.
I'm less likely to play something that's, say, a triple vinyl, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I must have a short attention span.
I've been listening
Sorry,
to
what did you say?
I've been listening to Sandinista in the car all week.
It's triple. What, on record or CD?
No, yeah, it's in the car.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm joking.
All right.
It's a joke. Yes,
all right.
dry humour. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
Rammstein.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, there are probably 5 or 6 tracks on there that could be ditched. A lot of people would probably say more, but there are a lot of really good sort of dubby tracks on there. But you're never going to get it out and play it all, are you? You're never going to play it.
No, because it's a double CD as well, and it's too long.
Yeah.
Like I do like some of the songs. Like the one I really like is the gospel-y one, "The Sound of the Sinners." I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And the sound of Magnificent Seven, the single, that bass sound, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, there's one album I've never played all the way through from start to finish, and that's Tales of Topographic Oceans. I cannot listen to that from start to finish.
No.
I just find it hard.
Let it go.
Who was it that did the thread? That was your vinyl tag, Rob, when you had to do like 3 different show 3 different versions of right, now I remember, because I never showed this. So Manic Street Preachers Generation Terrorists I've got on album and mini disc. Can you see there?
Nice one.
Can you see this?
Yeah.
That is Dog Tags.
Whoa,
okay. Generation Terrorists.
Put it back up, Dave. It's me. That's it.
Right.
And it's got like a Sony CBS catalog number on it as well.
Yeah.
I never showed it. I just completely forgot, and then you know.
A lot of people like that question in the vinyl tag. A lot of people, they show a cassette, a CD, and an album.
Have you thought of any
like that
for next year's?
Say again.
Go ahead, Simon.
I think I did a competition like that before, where you show.
Yeah, I think you did, Simon.
3 or 3.
Yeah. Sorry, I stole it from you.
Right. Plagiarism.
I know.
I never play this album. I bought this when it came out, which was early 2000s. It's Mars Volta.
Oh,
I mean, you can tell it's a bit odd from the cover, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and it's triple. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know whether it's prog cycle, what really, but yeah.
Here's a question: how many albums do you play a year?
Oh.
Dave, how many albums did I play in 2022?
Oh God, I have no idea.
There's one album I think the least. I'm sure Richard will answer this one. What album in my collection do you think has had the least airplay?
I wonder, is it too hot to handle, and is there no space to put it into?
No. Closely followed by the Freddie Mercury album.
It's a fantastic album as well.
Because I think if I didn't buy another record for 10 years, then I could probably play all the records I've got now once. So I've got 10 years of records here.
Yeah, but you see, whenever you listen to music, Rob, are you listening to it on work on Spotify? Are you listening to it mostly in the car on your way to work, or
Right.
you actually put a vinyl record on the turntable? No.
If I'm on a project at work, I can listen to music 6 or 7 hours a day while I'm on a project. So I can listen to a lot of music when I'm in work. And when I come home, I don't want to listen to any music, so I'm listening to it in work. And I like watching sport, football, etc. So I can go a week without playing a record easily.
Oh,
When I worked in this record shop in the 90s, I think after a day of listening to music, and then, especially Christmas, you had to listen to Robson and Jerome all the time.
Yeah.
But after that, I came home and didn't listen to many records. And then if I ever went up the pub, and it was local, so people would always come up and want to talk about what's the new records coming out, and I'm thinking, like, I don't want to talk about them. Can't. Yeah,
Robson
it was just.
and Jerome, they used to be on top of the pops. They used to stand there like they're trying to shake something out of their legs. That pose. I mean,
Maybe they borrowed Simon Cowell's tight trousers.
Yeah.
Here's a question, and be honest. What do you listen to more, vinyl or digital? Be that CD, MP3, or whatever.
What's digital?
CD. Most of my music is in the car and it's on CD. Or
because of what I'm listening to, a lot of it's Spotify and streaming, because when I'm doing my looking for ranking, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't got on vinyl or CD, so I have to rely on the modern technology. But I do put on album when I'm not doing anything for the channel. I do go to my record collection.
Yeah, I'll say CD for myself. Just
Bloody
convenient of it, isn't it?
Guys.
What's that funny noise?
away. Bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Thank you very much, Rob. I will speak to you later.
Cheers. Listen, guys, I'm away as well, so all the best.
Okay, cheers, Richard.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Take care.
Sounded like a caterpillar eating a cabbage leaf or something.
Yeah, you do realise we've been at this for 2 hours and 17 minutes. And where's the time?
Of my
gone?
life, yeah. Don't know.
Nice life and having fun.
Yeah, I would reckon your average or your total since you started is about 8,000 albums.
Oh, holy moly! But I love music. I'm one of these. I can live without a TV. It wouldn't bother me. But if you took my music away from me,
Oh God, yes.
Okay, Matt.
Someone else is saying goodbye there. They're all saying goodbye on the chat, so we should say thank you for watching, shouldn't we? Really?
Yeah, thank you for watching. We love you coming in and contributing, every one of you. It's nice that there's no nastiness here, which is nice. There's no
thoughts on Pantera. They're Brazilian, aren't they?
I think so. I've heard their stuff. I'm aware of them. I haven't listened to too much Christopher, but again, I will listen to some more to see what I think, and no doubt we can add it to the list, because we will put anything in the list for you. There's no. There are exceptions. No Coldplay and no Adele.
Pantera did Vulgar Display of Power. I remember that
Yes.
album.
Yeah.
I
think that's the one that everyone really remembers,
would
really.
know.
Well, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Christopher the guy that has been on Rachel's live stream from Austria? No.
I know he's on there because I speak
He's
to him.
been on there, yeah. Oh, he's probably, if he says they're playing in a Sweden rock festival, he's probably in Sweden, at a guess. Oh, in Sweden. Isn't Pantera a brand of shampoo? I wouldn't know about shampoo.
No, you don't know. Not being rude, Martin, you don't need the need for that.
I usually have a hat in my video because of all the glare and the shine, you know.
Yeah, Homer's 360 says start with the 5th album for Pantera. That's a good place to start and just work your way around it.
Coldplay used to be good, didn't they? Their first few albums, just sort of mediocre.
I saw him at Glastonbury.
Yeah,
Captain Sensible's album.
That year.
I've only heard The Power of Love, so I can't really comment. But it was okay. Hang on, Christopher's come up with it, Martin. There we go.
Oh, he's from Umeå.
Yeah.
So my wife's from Finland, and she's from the opposite side of Umeå. I don't know how you say that properly, but so she's from Ostrobotnia, which is like you go on a ferry to that place there. It's a few hours away. So
there's one there for you, Dave, from Zeb. Another one we've never. It's our pleasure, Pulsar. It's always great to see you. Thank you for your continuing support.
Thanks, Pulsar.
And for all your great comments that you leave on my videos.
Let's have a look. Do you want Captain? No, I'm not going to put it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I think it's just that was just a question.
Isn't it?
Well,
No.
I think after 2 hours and 21 minutes, I think it's probably a good
time
place.
to go home.
Time to go home. Martin, it's been a privilege having you in here, and you're always
thank you.
welcome.
You're not really far. You're not far from me at all, really.
Where are
Northampton, Aylesbury.
That's not far.
You're not
Land
far.
of Marillion,
So,
the home of
we'll
Marillion.
have to go and take some flowers to Nick's Vinyl Butty, couldn't we?
Yes, yeah.
Something
we
like
can-
that.
Anecdote 6 albums added to the list.
Oh, God, we're definitely-
Where's Dave geographically?
Northern Ireland, mountains
It's
mountains
not-
more.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You see, him and Richard have got more chance of getting together for a get-together than we have because they're on the same bit of road. But yeah,
No.
we'll have to see what's at the Caulfield.
He's about 4 hours drive from me.
It's still nearer than what we are.
Yeah,
I
but get
prefer-
there with the use easy.
Hang on, it's Martin. He prefers grapes.
There's grapes. Oh, I could crush a grape.
Great. I could jump off of the Wendy house.
Is that what he said as
You
well?
say that on Rachel's, and it's all over their heads. But here we can say things like that.
Yeah. I don't think Americans understand my humour.
No. Well, once again, Simon, it's always a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Cheers, Simon. Maybe we'll get.
We can reference things that the Americans don't understand, like the magic roundabout.
Oh yeah.
Boing.
Time for bed.
Said Zebedee.
Boing.
Everyone does this, don't they?
Yeah.
What's all that about? I mean, that's a conversation for another show, isn't it? Really, children's television.
Yeah, that's one of the listed programs of the future.
Yes. So yeah, thanks ever so much, everyone. We'll see you all same time, same place next week.
Take care.
And good night, everyone.
Bye for now.
Look after yourself.